Hello everybody, it's Catherine and it's Monday, so happy Monday, beginning of a brand new crafting week. And I'm going to do a fabric masterboard today because I want to do some sewn journaling cards out of it. So I've got loads of bits of fabric leftovers that's in my little scrap fabric bag, and I've got a big sheet of, it's got, sometimes use this for taking photos on, you know, for the shop, but it's got a bit scratty now, bit dirty. So I'm going to use this as my background. You can use fabric if you want, but I'm going to use this paper because I'm going to put some something on the back for journaling writing. So thank you so much for everybody that had a look at the journal, my Japanese girl journal yesterday. I had great fun doing that. Sorry I wasn't around much last week. It was one of those weeks. David had a bit of a bad week, rough week with his heart condition, and some weeks are like that, and it just drains him. So you know, I don't push him to be helping doing the videos, and he does them, you know, the tech stuff for me, converting and all that sort of thing. So one of those things, you know, we know that this is how it's going to be. And then I got some commissions that I needed to get finished and sent off, and some orders to pack, and you know what it's like. And then I got my course, and I was really upset because it was just one of those stressful weeks and I didn't feel so great, and I had trouble with me, thank you, because of the hot weather. I had trouble sort of getting the right setting on my CPAP machine, the humidity. So I'd had sleepless nights, so I didn't get to my course. So hopefully I can get in. I think there might be one next month. She said if there's space on that I could just slot in. But it's one of those things. Real life gets in the way of crafting, as all of you'll know. So without further ado, let's crack on. I'm looking forward to doing this. So all sorts of bits of scraps. I've tried, I know that's quite patterned, but I've tried to get quite plain sections because I want to do some fancy stitching on the top of this. I'm going to use my Scots glue because I find this great for, and don't forget we're going to sew over it, so you know we haven't got to be too pedantic about it all. Pedantic's probably not the right word. What do I mean? You know, too particular. Another word with PA, near enough. So I hope you've all had a good weekend. Hope you're all keeping fairly well. I know a lot of us, you get to a certain age and you seem to have all sorts catch up with you. So basically I'm just like we do with the masterboards, where we do the paper, scraps of paper down. This basically is doing it with fabric, and we don't know where it's going to. Look at that, I love that. That's going to go at the bottom. We don't quite know how it's going to work out till we cut it up. I mean, I have shown, there is a video on my channel of where I show you how to use the scraps with Bonder web, and you iron that on, and that's another good way, especially if you've got itty bitty bits. These are nice decent pieces, but you know, if you've got itty bitty scraps, then I like to use the Bonder web. The trouble is with this, you get all rubbish on your glue. All fibres stuck on it, but never mind. It's all good fun. So, what else? Oh, sorry Jovi, I've still got this swap and glue piece to do. I will get onto it, I promise. Oh dear, so many things to do, and not forgetting that I've got a booktube channel as well, and that's getting a bit, poor thing's getting a bit neglected for the craft. I like that there, so I'm going to put that across there. Just read a really good book called Aberdare. If you're not already going and looking at that channel and you are a reader, then this is The Girl with the Louding Voice. It's had a lot of it has had a lot of media attention, and for very good reason. It's excellent. It's set in Nigeria, a young girl called Adu, and it basically highlights all the inequalities for girls in Nigeria and all the countries around the world. It highlights that there's many countries where girls and boys don't have access to education, and then in particular boys can but girls can't. And you know, I think that's sad for the boys as well, because the problem is there that some of the boys that perhaps be very very practically minded and would do better with vocational training are being forced into strict education just because they're a boy, and it not fitting their own individual needs. But it's yeah, certainly food for thought. Now then, what we've got here, we've got a bit of Japanese fabric left here. I've got to put that in, haven't we? Let's put that up there. I want to concentrate on this bit because I want to do a little bit of machine sewing over it today, just to show you what I'm thinking of. And so, I mean, it'd take too long if I filled the whole sheet in. I can go on and do that in my own time, can't I? I'll stick that up there. Got some grungy pieces that, look at that, that's nice. That I have tea and coffee dyed. Tea dyed. I don't tend to use coffee anymore because of the international travel of it. Doesn't always get through customs, so you can get some fabulous results with tea. Our Yorkshire tea, fabuloso. Here by gum, as they say in Yorkshire. Here by gum, that's a grand cup of tea. In my best Yorkshire accent that didn't really work. It's very grey today. You don't know where you are with the weather. It's summer solstice, isn't it? I've heard that it's just been on the radio that the usual gatherers are going down to Stonehenge. It's a big thing in the UK. I don't know what they do. Let me know what you do in your part of the world. If you do anything, if you have any specific areas. We have the Stonehenge Circle of Ancient Stones that are on ley lines. I think I mentioned these ley lines before because I read an interesting book about them, about all these special, if you plot them all on a map and join them all together, they all go through these significant religious places like Stonehenge, Glastonbury tour, that sort of thing. Very interesting. And so they're all gathering down there, ready for summer solstice. Did I say winter solstice? I probably did. We're in summer. You wouldn't think so some days, would you? Oh, a bit of that on there. Stick down. Doesn't want to, does it? Oh, that's nice. I'll put that big piece in there. The thing I find with Scots glue as well, it doesn't bung your machine up as much, you know, it dries and it doesn't go through. Some of the thicker, like PVA or whatever, can bung your machine up. Let's have a look where we could put a bit of a strip. Oh, I wanted that there and it's not quite wide enough, is it? Let's cut a bit off this. See if we'll fill that bit in. Yeah. Great stuff. I'm getting right low on my ephemera now. I need to be doing some mass making. Not got many tags left, and I certainly need to do some of my altered paper clips. Not the ones, you know, where I put the nice there. Not the ones where I, you know, me just tie ribbons through. I'm always making them. But you know, the more fancy ones. I need to do some of those. So I've got all the lights on because it's so dismal. I mean, it's in the morning because it's about 11 o'clock, so we're watching the time to press live for the Japanese girl. I've only done that and because I know a lot of the big craft tubers do it, because you know, the minute they put a journal in, it's gone within seconds, and not everybody gets a fair chance. So often they will give a time. So I'm not trying to be pretentious. Like they, you know, I wish the minute I put them in and they went. But there's been quite a few people that have been interested in this, because we've done it together, haven't we? We had some fun together on it. So I thought that was the fairest way to do it. And it's, you know, first come first served, and it doesn't matter, you know, I can always make another one. It doesn't matter to those that want to buy it and then they think, well, I've already managed to get some journals. Doesn't matter. I can make some more. So if you do, you know, if you did want it, one of those that's interested in it, and you don't manage to get it this time, let me know. I'll make you one. It'll be different, but of the same vibe, because I really enjoyed it. It was such fun. Right, let's... Have we got every little bit here coloured in? No. I'm being rushing now instead of measuring properly, look. More haste, less speed, girl. Welcome to all new subscribers. Thank you. I went through a lull where nothing was happening at all last week and week before, but welcome to everybody that's joined this past week. That is exciting. We have fun here. We do have fun. We've got some lovely, you know, and check the detail, you know, the details, the comments, because everybody starts chatting and helping each other out, and you know, somebody asks a question and somebody can answer it before I get to them. That's brilliant, you know. So we've got some lovely people. I mean, I think the crafting community and the booktube community, I'm in both, they're both lovely. And right, I seem to be running a bit short. What have I got over here? Oh, look, I think this will go better. I've got a bit of this left. My Sashiko fabric, that'll bit look nice. Okay, put some on there. Cover that gap up there. Got any gaps anywhere else? We could. Got a skinnier end here. Oh, I did some fraying on the edges. I don't want that on this though. Right, what can we put there? That'll go, won't it? So have a go at this. It's a good way to get rid of your scraps of fabric. Excuse for me to sew. Any excuse for me to sew. I'm there. Right. To get that a bit thinner. To put the glue along the top there, just to keep this in place long enough to yeah, she says hopefully long enough to sew it. Go on, stick down. There we go. Right, I'll just put all these strings. Go on, get out of here. Put that there. I'm just going to have a drink of water. It's so dry at the minute. That's better. Right, okay. That'll do us. That'll do us for now. Get rid of my glue book. Okay, get rid of that. That can go down there. Of course, I'm going to finish the rest of it off, but I'm just going to bring the sewing machine in, and I'm hoping you can see that without us having to change the camera. Okay, now even the smallest of machines, this is my brother one. Normally you don't see this one, you usually see my little one, but this one I've got to hand. What shall we do? Well, say for example, you know, you've only got a zigzag stitch. We can alter the length of the zigzag stitch, have it looking bigger. Okay. Sorry it's noisy, but you know. And I just move it about like this. All directions, doesn't matter how. Can you see that all right? Through there, yeah. Just turn your paper around. Okay, so I've just cut in. I've done quite a lot of sewing on this already. Just wanted to, I didn't think you'd want to sit here and just watch me sewing. So I'll just finish this little bit off and then I'll show you what I've been doing. It's fun, it's fun. And I've done it with only 2 stitches so that it shows you that it doesn't matter, you don't have to have a complicated sewing machine at all. You can just use 2 stitches. The thing is that you can just use running stitch and zigzag stitch, because most machines have zigzag stitch, and the difference is that it's the size. You can, just going to finish along here, it's the size of the stitch, so alter the size of your stitch, the width and the length of the stitch, keep altering that and it will give you different looks, different zigzags, which is fabulous on its own. You can soon build it up. Okay, let me just cut that off for you. Move my machine up a touch. So I've cut, I've ended up cutting it off because I'll tell you for why. Right, it was getting a bit, I was rolling it up and it was getting a bit difficult. So we did up to there, didn't we? And then I decided, I saw this burlap on the desk and this was left over from, we used some in the Japanese journal. But I just got this inspiration that I loved it and I was going to sew over that. So I covered the rest of it with that and I'll carry on with the machine. Now my thoughts on this. This is ready for tomorrow now because I know I'm doing some journaling cards, my initial thought, which I'm going to do with this. But this one, it's going to be my new slow stitch cover. I just suddenly liked it. So it's got all this at the bottom and then the burlap at the top as the base, and we'll see what comes out of the jar. Shall we see what comes out of the jar? I'm excited. This is how you roll sometimes, don't you? You're doing something else and suddenly, yeah, especially for me, slap it down, sew it on, and it's all good in the end. So tomorrow's slow stitch, new project time. Might not have it as tall as that, I might cut it down a little bit. We'll see. So this piece, what I've done with this piece, and you can see the back, there's not enough on it yet for me. I like to have a lot more on it, but that's just me, doesn't really matter, does it? So I've got this stitch here, and then I've done a combination of different lengths and widths of the zigzag, and it's on the highest setting there, and I really love the zigzag on its highest setting. You keep going and over and over and over. It really is a good filling in stitch on your machine, and it can build up some texture and it looks quite effective. So when I trimmed that burlap down, I've got some little bits left over and a bit of the dyed fabric. Again, I got this from Natalie Stewart. She's got a website. She's also got Natalie Stewart Yarns. She's also got an Etsy shop. And I've just stuck a bit on here because I got it left, and I like that a lot. You see, if you didn't want to do journaling cards, oh, we might have 2 journal covers here. You never know. I might not get, I'll still not get any journal cards done then. But I like that, just wants levelling off. Look at my terrible cutting. Oh yeah. Front and back. Watch this space, we'll decide what I'm going to do tomorrow. And then obviously you put a liner on it when you've done all your stitching. Might do that. The cogs are going, girls and boys. The cogs are going in my brain now. We'll see what comes out. Okay then, so thanks for joining me. Hope you're going to have a little go at that. You might even leave yours intact and make some journaling cards with it. I shall do some more and make journal cards because I do want some. And obviously, if I do some journal cards like this or like the other one, it'll be fabulous in that journal, won't it? So thanks so much for joining me. and I'll see you next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. That really helps me keep making videos for you. And I'll see you next time. Stay safe. Bye for now.